Yeah, welcome back to Mark's Railway Trails on a Sunday morning, and where I'm taking you this morning is a lot of local history about 5 minutes from where I live. And if you look behind me, right over there was Lee Green Station, Lee Green Colliery, and where all the fences are all round was the brickwork. So we're going to go in there, and we call it Brickfields now. The Forestry Commission took over a lot of it and made a nice walkway with it. So we're going to walk all that this morning and tell you about the history and tell you about why all the railways were linked into St Helens to all the collieries as well. It's a lovely day for it. It's lovely and peaceful. As you can see at the back of it, I'm going to swing my camera around in a minute. There you go. That's where I've just come down, which they call Brickfields Red Quarry, because there's about 3 quarries around here and they're all linked into each other. I've just come through the Red Quarry, which was taken over by the symbol that you can see there, the Forestry Commission, working together with England North West and lots of other partners really. And like I say, I've just come down here now. And if you're wondering where that leads to, people who's watch my blogs, that comes in from Milldam. Like I say, there were a lot of quarries around here and that was Milldam. But where we're heading today is over there, and we're going to have to get along this road because they're flying along here. But if you look down that road now, you'll see all the cycle paths that were set up about a year and a half ago. With funding for cycleways, and if you're wondering why it's all down here, this leads up on the road to Dream, and a lot of cyclists come into Dream this way, so that's why it's all leading up, and you can see them all the way down the track as well. But that's where we're gonna look into. It's all closed up now, and that was Ipstop's brick factory. And if you can just see how the big mould is now, that's all closed now. I'll give you some dates as we get onto there as well. But as you can see on Mark's Railway Trails, always lots of fences, but I'm pretty certain when we get over to the other side we'll be getting on there. So, but what a morning on Sunday morning again. And I wanted to do this one really because it links all the collieries up that were linked up to all the railways in St Helens, and that's why the railway went through Dream onto Widnes as well, because they linked them up to all the collieries to get the coal. And here we go. This is Brickfields, they're called Daisy Fields. I'm going to pick up Dream from this way. Normally they have a gate on there. They do a lot of these to stop scrambler bikes coming through. But hopefully we can get onto what was Ipstop's brick factory, which is on the right hand side. They're popular for the dog walkers around here because you can't beat it for a cracking walk. Morning all. Hello lad. And the cycle paths up here are really good as well. I've done this on my mountain bike, but I knew I'd be doing a bit of roaming today, so quicker on your bike, but you got to chain it up and then you got to walk it all the way back for it sometimes. So decided to do it on foot today on the hottest day of the year. She's not sensible, but rather do it in this weather than rain. I'm going to keep this video running all the way to Dream. I think I've got enough memory on it. Wiped a lot of my music videos out from Late Night Friday, so we should have a good storage on it. As always on a lot of these trails, they get a bit monotonous looking at the same thing, but There's a load nice walkways just where I live, and you don't realise what's on your doorstep. And I found this when I was locked in COVID, and I wasn't too well after COVID and needed to get my fitness back, so just started doing small walks, and then eventually was going out for 2 or 3 hours, built myself back up sort of thing. But COVID still gets you sometimes, and for all those people that's had it, I don't know if you still get it. Certain days your chest feels awkward and funny, you start worrying a bit, and they call it pre-COVID now, don't they? It's come from that. And again, I've got a bit of a map today which I'm following, so we'll probably get lost again. But normally we don't do too bad. But on all these walks, you take a left instead of a right. You could be going for miles, and some of these places, luckily I've done this one before on my bike, you get a rough idea where you're going. But when I first did it on my mountain bike, you kind of drive around sometimes and end up back at the same place, and you start panicking a bit. So what I'm trying to get to now is the old brickworks, Ipstocks it was called before it closed, and I'll give you the date to that if we get round and if we can get on it. But what a day for it. Like a lot of these walks, all the trees kind of coming on you, which is really nice. Lonely places, but it's a good thing. Dog walkers, you get loads of them around, so and this just should lead on to the brickworks, and hopefully we can get in here. I don't mind whispering because there's nobody about. Right, there we go. There's always somebody done the work for you. Whoa! There we go. And before you ask Charlie Collins, I did not take that bar off that fence. This was a massive area in its day, and I'll give you a bit more of the history of this while we're on it. For all the people in St Helens, probably my age, just have a minute here. Remember it at the brickworks, Ipstocks brickworks, and it closed in 2008. It closed, and when I've done a bit of research, I don't know why it closed, whether the company moved to somewhere else, but there's not a lot of details on it really. And that just takes you right up. If you look on the hills there now, right above you, Lee Green Colliery was up there. Can you just see the path going up? And that was Lee Green Colliery. I'm going to go up there as well. And you could probably hit it from this angle, but I'm going to do the path and go back. But yeah, when they shut the brickworks, they grinded everything down, all the old bricks and stuff that was left, and that's what you see there on the big like brick mound really. And if you're wondering why this is fenced off, there's waterways that go all through here. It's like a little canal, a little brook that goes through, and that leads through to, if you're wondering where this leads to, it leads to Mill Dam, and they've all been capped off now because you get a lot of the urban explorers. You notice down there, I'll just show you that one. One time you could walk that tunnel and that would bring you out at the other side, just over the hill there, and that would bring you out. And a lot of people walk that because you can see how big it is. You only have to crouch a little bit, and that's why they've capped it off now, to stop people getting underneath it, really. It's probably a good idea, really, because it's probably not safe. Not there's probably that much water coming down it, but you just don't know, do you? And if you're wondering what's behind here, right behind here is the Bull and Dog pub, and behind that is Sherdley Park, and behind that, over the road, is my house. Well, I just want to get a shot of that because this ain't going to be here forever, and if you can see all the vents that they've put up, I've got a rough idea what this is going to be one day. You can just see it's going to be a new house in the States, isn't it? As they always are. Oh, it's nice to get on it, and get a better shot on here. We'll walk this. And if you get close up, you can see it's all the brick that was left. They've just ground it down, and it's just like a big brick mountain there. See it? We'll go up here and have a look from the top. Whoa. And I'll give you a better shot of where we come from. So if you just look down now, I'll span my camera around. How good's that? And on your mountain bike up there on Lee Green colliery that was there, it's a cracking ride on there, but some big hills, and great coming back. But how good's that? Like I said, this was the Brickworks, Ipstocks, closed in 2008. I don't know why it closed. You know, maybe they moved to somewhere else, but I couldn't find any information on why it closed, really. Going back to the 19th century, it was called Roughdale's. I don't remember that. And it's one of the largest employees in Sutton. And they're all quarries around here. There was Red Quarry, Buff Quarry, Daisy Quarry over there. There was a few, and they're all linked in to each other. And you can just see in the distance there, if you look closely, you'll see some of Pilkington's towers there from the glassworks. But where Lee Green Colliery was there, just behind it was Lee Green Station. And like I said, they were all linked, the railways, to the collieries to get coal to Liverpool. And there's St Helens to Runcorn Gap that went through Sutton, past Sutton Manor colliery, where Dream is now, and that picked up Widnes. They're all linked to each other, and to get the coal to the railways. So we'll try and get back down here now. And done a stupid thing today, really. I've not got my walking boots on, so you get no grip in your trainers, really. But such a nice day, I just needed to get out for a walk, and I wanted to get this on the blog. I remember doing a live one on this about 2 years ago, but you couldn't get on here. And where the gate is over there, they had security on it for ages. I don't know why, because I'm out here, but could never get on it. And maybe, I don't know why they had security on it, but they did for about 12 months. So whether because they was doing the the tunnels there or something, I don't know, but glad to get in here today. I didn't think I was going to get in, and I would have got in, but if you don't like climbing fences and stuff and roaming, it's just nice when you can just find a little way in like that. But this will not be here forever. You'll look back on this blog probably 5 years time, this will be a housing estate for sure, but they'll have to do something with that waterway coming through. I don't know, and maybe overfill it, I don't know, just get it going underneath like they do a lot of it. But there's definitely some earmarks for it. Lonely places, aren't they? Like I say, when you get round some of these walks, it's nice to see dog walkers because, you know, you just get so lonely. I hope Diane doesn't get to see this vlog because she hates me going in these places on my own and stuff. And she's probably right, really. You can be a bit of an idiot at times, but if you don't do it, you never do it. And then when it's houses, you wish you had done it. But there it is. That's where we came in, and Charlie, I did not knock that all in that fence. But there you go. Hipstocks, brickworks. One last look at it before we plod on. And like I say, Roughdale's before, which dates back to the 19th century. So probably a lot of these houses, Sherdley Park and all round, and where Harry lives, guarantee the bricks would have come from here. And like I say, it dates back to the 19th century, so I would say yeah, they did. So that's nice to find it. And you can see what somebody's bashed the the way in with. Whoa. I like a lot of these trails. I've looked at my map now, walking up to it this morning, and you get a rough idea, but once you get on it, they all look the same. And luckily I've done this on my mountain bike before, but when you're on your mountain bike, you tend to plough through it so quick that you miss loads of things. Morning, love. Are you lost like me? Yeah, like I said, loads of dog walkers around here, which is great. There he is. If you see the big drop there, there's like the water used to run here. It's like a little canal running through, and it's quite a big dip actually. And we'll get across to the other side as well and show you where it leads to, and to Lee Green Colliery. Behind Lee Green Colliery was Lee Green Station, which I found on my blog if you want to find it. Original steps are still there, that's all that's left of the station. But can you just see the big, how it drops down so much? That's giveaway to railways, you know. How they raised the line and they always had big embankments. You see it better now, but what you can't see down is all fences along to stop you getting onto the other side. But there is a path leading past the other side, and I'm pretty certain that we'll hit what was Lee Green Colliery on top. And it's nice up there because you can see all the old vents that they've capped off. And there's a lot of sculptures around here as well, stone sculptures, and I'm not going to try and find them all, but there's about 12 around here, and if I bump into any I'll show you. But just look at the drop there now. Can you see it? There's the brook down there all running along. you go up that hill, and that was Lee Green colliery on top. But I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to, on such a hot day, I'm going to try and keep to the paths and hit it without so much wall rambling and climbing today, because it is red hot and it's not the ideal day to do it really, but I'd rather do it like this than doing it when it's chucking it down. Now if I was on my mountain bike now, you'd be just flying around here. Another dog walker. Oh, there you go, just look at that drop. Just look at the drop down there now. Whoa. And I got the leg for heights now, like I used to do. I think it's an age thing, isn't it? As you get older, you must get more sensible. And I must tell Di on that, because she always says I've gone the opposite. Now I think this, let me get my bearings right. We've come up where the lady's just walking up there now, and we kind of cut across there to Brickfields. That, according to my maps, takes you to Dream and that way, so it's got to be this way. And like I said, you know, it's all in the planning, a lot of these walks. If you plan them right, you can save yourself a lot of heartache. If you don't plan them right, you can be walking for miles. And a lot of the walks me and Tony have done, you know, we've probably done about 4 hours research on it. And you know, doing a recce, going down, having a quick look at where you can get on it. But then 4 or 5 hours can just save you, you know, save your day. And all the walks me and Tony have done, we've been straight on the line and found everything that we want to see, so long may it continue. And that's where the water runs, and that heads towards Dream. That goes to the brickworks. And into St Helens. Hopefully we can get on here. There's always somebody punches a hole or something. Yes, that's what you like to see. But maybe it's a bit of a walkway that now they've turned it into. Yeah. If you're wondering where that leads to, that leads you to Lowfield Lane. And if you go down Lowfield Lane, you'll find Lee Green Station on your right. A lot of the old cottages are still there, the old farmhouse is still there. But I remember doing this on the bike. This wasn't you couldn't get in here. So what they've done, because people keep punching, they've made it a walkway. How good's that? How good's that? I made up with that. And how's that? Not having to climb one fence. And when you're over 40, Charlie, like me, you don't want to be climbing fences. You know what I mean? There we go, we're on it. How good's that? I'm so dry because the last time I did this in winter, it was slutchy. My bike was full of mud, skidding along. I'm going to go up here and go right to the top and get a great shot for you. But warm today, and I tell you what, I'm sweating already, you know. Maybe something to do with that 8 pints I drank on Friday night at the Griffin with a tour. And you see all bricks around here, do you see them? You'll just see them everywhere. Bricks. And you know why? Because it came from over there, Hipstocks. I've had some cracking pictures up here. I did this on a live one, I think, and I wanted to do it again in more detail on foot really. Let's see how they put benches out now that you can sit. But you see like the big plastic, look like containers coming out of the ground. That's because the pit was here and it's just letting air into all the old shafts that's still here. Another thing, Ali, if you want to do a lot of these walks, a lot of people do the same route, so you always get like a pathway in the grass. Woo! Warm now. Bloody hell. But the colour of the grass, how good's that? I'm going to go right on top here and you'll get a shot of where we started. Whew. Woo! Feel it now. There we go. How good's that? I'm going to go across. Whoa. And there you go. There's the money shot. Woo! And if you look directly ahead of you now, right over there, just keep looking where the brick mountain is. That's where we stood about 10 minutes ago, and we came in from right over there at Mill Dam, cut across the woods in Mill Dam at Daisy Brickfields, and then cut across and hit this side, and we've come through all the woods there, and it's brought you out to here. Well, I'm going to get a shot over here. But how good they put benches up here now. These were never up here. Woo. And I'll get you a good shot here. A Lee Green station was. Woo. As you get it, people having barbecues. I'm gonna get on this bench and have a look. There you go, there's the money shot. Whoa. Electricity pylons just there. I'll tell you what's up here actually. I'll just chuck my things down. Whoop. That's where the electricity pylons are. If you zoom your camera around there, and just over there now is a police training station where they train all the boys in blue up. So maybe Andrew and Simon did the training there, because they are the boys in blue. Swing it round here now, you'll see Lee Green distribution centre for the co-op, and just where you can see the railings now, I'll try and zoom in a bit. If you just look down where the railings are there's a bridge there on Lowfield Lane, and that was the original Lee Green station just there, which closed in 1964 off the top of my head, and it was a Beecham's Cut, as all stations that closed in the 60s were. And my dad told me about that Lee Green station because I didn't even know it was there when the new one was built. That's a good shot. That I'll just go back a bit because I want to show you. And just where the railings are there now, and if you see where the motorway, see the cars going over the motorway, you'll see some farmhouses there. They're the original farmhouses that were there when the railway lines were built, and there's like little cottages there as well, and they still survive just past Lee Green station, little cottages what were built for the railways. But that farm, they call it Lee Green Farm, was bombed quite a few times in the war, and the reason it was bombed a lot of the time, it wasn't after the farm, it was after the railway line, which took all the army supplies from Liverpool and Manchester. So that's why it got bombed a lot in World War II. And if you ever do Dream, when I get on Dream, Bow Bridge will not get as far as Bow Bridge today, but that was bombed in the First World War by a Zeppelin, again after, you know, looking at the railways. And there's a train coming through. That's a money shot. Get that on. There you go. just see the train going through now. That's heading to Liverpool from Lee Green. Such a good service that. But this was Lee Green Colliery here, and it's right next to the railway station at Lee Green, and they're all linked, and this would link up to right over there. And if you look right over there, that's where we're heading in a minute. Is Dream, you can just see at the top of the hill there. That's where we're going to be heading in a minute. Well, what a good shot that is. And you can just see where the pylon is, and like a little chimney sticking up in the middle, that's Dream. So I'm glad to get that. I just wanted to show you that. And this was Lee Green Colliery on here, and that's why they've got all the old air vents on top. Well, you're quite high up here really. Well, I'll get back on the path and then I'll tell you more about Lee Green Colliery. There you go, you can just see some of the hatches. And that's for gases, so I'm not going to open any, but if some of them they're actually open, you can open them, and they go down quite a while, fur depth, but it's to let the gases out, so I ain't opening one because it's not going to be very healthy, is it? Here we go. Like I say, if you lose your way, just have a look at where you're going. Ooh. Yeah, but what you're looking at now, what we're on, I'll flip my camera around in a minute. All on top here, this was Lee Green Colliery, one of the earliest ones in St Helens, 1870. It kind of was built, all set up, linked to the railways, and then in 1964 they moved a lot of the coal production probably to Sutton Manor, and this was the biggest employee for pits in St Helens, and a lot of people either lost the jobs or they moved to different collieries, and that shut in 64. And very similar, just then, you know, the railway at Lee Green obviously closed as well, because they all linked, don't they, to each other. So that's the story really of Lee Green Colliery. But when I did the research on Lee Green Colliery, Lee Green had the most accidents and deaths in a colliery in St Helens, and maybe because it opened so early, and health and safety in them days, you know, wasn't as good as it was as the years went on. And I forget the year, I didn't jot that down, but there's a year there was a really massive problem in one of the shafts down here, and it was a major emergency, and a hell of a lot of miners lost their lives. And I thought they'd have had a plaque somewhere to highlight that, but I suppose when there's so many, you know, deaths and in the pits, they can't, you know, highlight everyone, because if you did, you'd always upset some family that you've not highlighted somebody that worked down the pit. So maybe that's why there's no plaques or anything. But that's a sad part to the Lee Green Colliery. Take one last look, and I forget what year that was, but there was numerous deaths on here, and there was actually one highlighted for a guy called James Seddon, who lived on Mill Lane all them years ago, who actually got killed in this colliery as well when they had a collapse. You know, how frightening must that have been down below, and you hear it collapsing. You know, frightening, isn't it? But up here it's so peaceful, so quiet, you know. And you've done a good job on it, Forestry Commission, so hats off to you. And again, just glad to get on here without roaming. But see where the pylon is, that's where the brook runs all along, and at least we didn't have to be climbing today. And And again, some more of the air shafts. Like you say, some of them are not locked. You think they would be really, but when you look down and you can't see the bottom, you know. When I did it on my bike, it was winter. I remember dropping a pebble down one of them. Just opened it slightly because you don't want the gases, do you? And the pebble took ages to hit the bottom. Shows you how deep they must go down. And they fill most of them in, but they can't fill them all in, so that's why they have the air vents, because they've got to let the air circulate down below. Hopefully remember our way out. I think it was, yeah, like I say, once you get up here they all look the same. Maybe we come in a different way, I don't know. We'll find it. We're getting very lonely places, aren't we? There's a brook going down again. No, we've come a different way. There you go, Sunday's motorbike that was nicked. Burnt out. I'll take a picture of that because I don't know if it's Mark's. He may have to add his bike next, but no, we've come off to. So I mean, they all look the same when you're videoing as well. So we'll go back up on the high level. That's the problem when you're following maps sometimes. It looks good on paper, but once you get on here, they all look the same. I think we've come further along. Yeah, I think we've come down too soon. Yeah, must have been the next one. I hope so. If you ever hear me laugh like that, so I have got a nervous chuckle, as Diane calls it. And you did it a lot on my blogs. There you go, see? There you go. How good's that it's made that a walkway? That's good, that. Whoa! Woo! And here we go, back where we started. So that was nice that we found Lee Green colliery, and one I wanted to find along with the brickworks, because like I said, they're all linked in to each other. And hopefully we get the right way. And this will take us to Dream now, and we'll take you and show you Sutton Manor colliery, which they're all linked to each other. And then if you left St Helens, there's numerous more collieries in St Helens, but go over to Newton, there's Parkside Colliery, there's loads. Until Maggie Thatcher wanted them all shut. I remember that so well. And that's one thing that always sticks in my mind. I've mentioned it so many times, but I'm going to mention it again. Harry Taylor's masterclass and Newton Superstore, helping the miners on strike with food parcels. And they never forgot and shot with us forever afterwards. And I remember that like it was yesterday. And they were on the bread line at the time. But you don't need marketing people and PR sometimes. You just need a guy like Harry Taylor, clear thinking. If he wanted something, he'd get it and he'd do it. And he did it at Newton. And the other thing he did at Newton, he created a team. And I've said this many times before, you created a team that became a family, and you'd die for each other. That's what he created. You know, you'd all help each other, you know. And I know I'm going to go on about Harry now, because I wanted to do this blog today for Harry, because Harry lives just down behind this, so I wanted to do it for him as well. And he did. He created a team that just worked for each other, and it wasn't like going to work. You worked hard and you played hard as well. And don't get me wrong, there was some days, you know, Harry Taylor, you know, come on the bounce at you, you know, somebody upset him, and you know, you're doing probably something that, you know, he didn't want you to do, you know, because you thought you had your right ways and as well, you know, and he'd come at you. But he always put it across to you. He never just flew off the angle. He told you why he was doing it and this, and then you did it, you know. And you might have cursed him a bit under your breath when he walked off, but you always had that respect for him. And that's what he created at Newton. He had a lot of respect, and they all respected him as a boss as well. And Newton Superstore, I'll never forget you. It's the best team we ever worked in, and it'll not come again them days. We had the best years of it. And Tony Redmond will remember that, because he would have picked up on that, because he came helping out there for a few years. And just on the back here now, Harry Taylor lives along here. And I'm not going to zoom my camera in, because normally about this time Harry will be having bacon and eggs sat in his garden, so we'll not trouble him today. We'll head on to the Dream. You get a lot of walkers around here as well, and probably pit guys that work down the pits here as well, you know. So, morning, gents.
Morning.
Because you get a hell of a lot of the Miners Association did a guided tours around here as well, you know. Maybe I could check them on the next one. And this is a shortcut, this. You kind of go across into another little park, and this leads you on to Dream. And like I said, Harry Taylor just lives on the left hand side, just down here in a nice quiet close. And that's it, Daisy Fields. That's what we've walked this morning. And the Mersey Forest Commission, obviously a lot of investors created that, so hats off to you, hats off to you. And if you're wondering why they're all in bricks, it's to highlight the Ipsox brickworks that we've just walked. That's where we've just come, all the way down. So we're going to head across here now, and just get you a shortcut into Dream. And this is called the King George playing fields, if I remember right. Put a lot of these barriers on to stop motorbikes. And this is a shortcut to Dream that you can cut across, and I didn't know this was here until I was on my mountain bike. Ooh. And you know what, when I get to Dream, I'm going to get a drink, because it's getting warm now. Like I say, it's probably the wrong time of day to do it really, but 11:15 now, so it's in the hottest part of the day, on the hottest part of the year. Well, if you keep looking ahead, you can just see the head of Dream. That's where we're heading now. So found a couple of good places there this morning. I wanted to show you the brickworks, because I ain't going to be here forever. That's going to be a housing estate. Lee Green Colliery on top. They'll never build on that up there because of all the shafts. Lee Green railway station, the outer buildings and the little cottages that closed in '64 for our famous friend Dr. Beechin, who my dad loved. Didn't. I'm going to pick up to Sutton Manor Colliery now, and I think there's still the original gates on Sutton Manor Colliery, and that's the way we'll hit it. And then we'll take you up to Dream, show you Dream, and if I've got enough memory on my camera, I'll show you where all the shafts were. Sutton Manor Colliery all been capped off now. I think it's been a lot of graffiti artists around there, it's just added to it really. Whew. Yeah, certainly sweating that lager out from Friday night now. But every Friday on the tour, live music, what do? You drink beer, don't you? They go together, don't they? And that's why I needed to get out this morning, to get the old feet going. Whew. Try and keep the camera on this side because there's kiddies playing there, and I always worry now. I never used to do that. When you're going past with a camera, you know, I always divert it the other way because, you know, we're in that age now. You can't. Everybody thinks the worst of people. So sad, isn't it? So sad. But this cut through has just saved you. If you had to walk it round from where we come from, you could add another 20 minutes on your journey. So if you want to do it from going over from Lee Green, this is the way to do it, and it brings you right smack out in front of the Dream Walk. And a lot of people park on there for Dream as well. There you go, Dream parking. But why dog walkers will be out at 12 o'clock on the hottest day, that's something else that really pisses me off. Maybe it's just me. There you go, Bold Forest Park. You can just see the sign on it highlighting Dream. We're going to cut across now, and there you go, that just gives you a shot. They do park run on Sutton Manor. Another lady who runs that lives on Bold. They do it every Saturday, loads of volunteers help them do it, so give that a bit of a plug. Well done. And well done to Joe Shaw, I think, who does a lot of that. And there you go, remember the cycle paths that were showing you as you were coming in? That's where they all lead to here, all the way down into Dream. I'm going to go past this side and take you in where I think the original gates were. And again, Forestry Commission who set this up, and that just gives you an idea of what we're coming to see as well today. Bit of a walk today, but I'm saving my water till we get to the top of the Dream, because I know I'll just drink a lot of it and I'll be gasping coming back. I'm going to hit it from this side this morning, and I want to find them gates from the original Sutton Manor Colliery. Woo. About 50 minutes now, I think, on this walk. So hopefully it keeps running, and then we don't have to do it in like 2 vlogs really. I like getting them all on one, but normally I have that many music videos that I do on a Friday, and then I've got to send them to the bands that I see, send them to our promoter that's promoting the bands for what we set up with Junction 7, and then other people are asking me, send me this. It takes about half a day sometimes sending stuff and doing stuff, and then you got to be careful because like Dino, you know, gets fed up with it sometimes, which you can understand. So I've cleared a lot of my videos off last night and done all my stuff for the tour last night, so just so I've got the memory on my camera really to keep it going. If memory serves me right, the gate should be along here. Yeah, I'm right. You can just see the columns here now. Woo. And there you go. That's what we're seeing today, Sutton Manor. And there's original gates that's all been painted since, and that was the original way into Sutton Manor Colliery. And just gives you an idea though where you can witness Rainhill Town Centre, Lee Green. But we're going to walk this now and go up to Dream, and I'll give you some this Dream as well. And you see a lot of sculptures around here as well, and they're all highlighting the miners really. I'll show you a couple of these sculptures as we're walking up really. And yeah, what a good sign. A tangle of forgotten footpaths, we walk alone in dreams, among the twisted rusted shapes that litter memory lanes. And that's from Earthlight by the children from Sutton Manor Primary School, working with the artist Bernadette Hughes and writer Colette Hughes. Oh nice. And you see a lot of these all round Dream as well, and you'll see a lot of these as well, which is nice. Beneath the ground toiled many worms, given all they had to give to make this country great and improve the way we live. And what they're highlighting there is the many people that lost their lives in Sutton Manor Colliery as well, for the sake of coal, and the 2 miners' lamps there. How good's that? How good's that? Woo. And as I said, all round Dream you'll see little gullyways, and they're all lined up if there's ever big floods, runs the water that way. I mean, Prince used to do this quite a lot, this walk, especially in his younger days. He was always around here because you could just let him off the lead. You know, he wasn't an aggressive dog. The only problem that he had, kids loved him, and they used to call him the big lion, and they'd come up and hug him and stuff, and it'd take you for bloody 3 hours to get around. And it's always a worry with kids because they used to always grab his head and want to kiss him and stuff. And luckily Prince in his younger days was dead placid, so it wasn't a problem, but you're always worried, you know, especially with young children. Bit of a slow walk today, I know, but I just want to do it on a walk, because if you do it on your bike you miss half the stuff, you know. That lady's brave today in this weather. Whew. Do you want to borrow me water? There she goes. Bloody hell, in this heat going up them hills. Bloody hell. We'll go this way and leave her to it. Bloody hell. I'm sweating just walking it, you know. But obviously she's a lot fitter than me. I've not had about 9 pints on Friday night probably. Have I gone the right way? No, I'll go this way again. There you go. And it just gives you a bit of the story of the site. Sutton Manor Colliery was a pit with the former St Helens boundary to be opened during the 20th century, and the last to close dates back to May 1906. The number one shaft was 482 metres deep when sunk. Number two 710. I'll show you where they are. At the height of 1960s, Sutton Manor employed over 1,500 men, producing over 600,000 tonnes of coal a year. Closed in 1991. Nevertheless, sufficient coal reserves remain underground. Yeah. Stewardship of the site passed to the Forestry Commission, and they planted 50,000 new trees around Sutton Manor with the Forestry Commission. And the idea of creating a gateway was in 2003, and released. This came in 2006 and was chosen by one of 7 UK sites to be developed and filmed by Channel 4, groundbreaking the Big Art project, and that's who built the dream. So on we go, a bit of history there for you. Again, there's so much to see around here. This is why I like coming around and walking it, really. And a lot of benches here, and when you see things like that, dedicated to the miners, surface workers of Sutton Manor Colliery, 1906 to 1991, donated by Bold Paris Council. Now, that's a nice touch, and that's a nice touch. I love seeing things like that. But we'll take you up to Dream now and show it you, and we'll cut across here. In fact, we won't. We'll stick to the path because you get some of these gullies and you can't get across. So, but what a nice touch that with the benches. I will be walking now. Just following it round rail, and this should take us up to Dream. But yeah, 50,000 trees planted round there when it's up the colliery, and you can understand why now, can't you? You can understand why there's so many. But cycle paths, brilliant, good job on them, not too much gravel. Again, more benches. I should just be swinging round here now to the left as we go up top. I'll take these in a minute. I hope you know where you're going, you four, because I'm following you. Yeah, you see it now, it starts stepping up. And if you ever want to do this on your mountain bike, it is a killer. Redmond, do you love it? So we're going to start climbing up now, and this should take us on to the top of Dream. We have a power walk on there. I wanted to hit this way. This is a long way around Dream, and if you look just over there now, Power station at Widnes that's closed. That's going to be new houses. And we got that down for doing our vlog as well, but it's just finding time to do all these really. But the spot I'm taking you to now when we hit the top of Dream is where we used to stop with Prince, all get a drink. There's a money shot, if you look at that. This is its climbing. And if you're wondering what the motorway is there, that's the M62 that leads you to Liverpool the other way to Manchester. Woo. And you can get down that way as well. But this is what I used to call Prince's Bench. We have certain things, trees and benches, and that's where we used to sit, looking right over. But if you look straight across the line, you see the old Runcorn Bridge, and you see the new Runcorn Bridge as well. But that's the money shot. You can get to it from the trail down there as well. But I'm going to take you up to Dream now, and whew, another bench there as well. There's a signpost. There we go. It kind of just hits you as you're walking. You can't see it, and then it just hits you. There you go. And it's just a presence, isn't it? It just a presence there, standing out. And I'm going to ask this lady here if you get a shot with me, just sat under it. But what is a money shot? I'm going to take a minute there. And when you come up here, you've just got to stop and look at it. Just like that. And then you'll see how real it looks. Whew. And a lot of people come up here and just sit and read and things. We'll get a shot close up of it. I'm going to go across and there you go. And that takes you back down another way around really, but I'll take it round this way really to show you. I'll just show you. I think it's the same plaque that was seen as we was walking up, but I highlight it for you. There you go. That just gives you the story of Dream and the guy who sculptured it and what it was for, Maria. Yeah. Oof. But what an awesome sight. If you look at it, I'll go back a bit and tell you about it really. That's where we've just come up. Bit of a walk. I'm going to get a drink in a minute, but I'll leave that on and just have a look at the detail on it. Oh dear. Yeah, and there you go. And if you're wondering what Dream is, it came about in 2009 as a big art project on Channel 4, 66 feet high, and it cost 1.9 million at the time to build. GMO, I can't pronounce his name, I can't remember his name, a French guy who's the sculptor who sculptured it, but it's based on a young girl coming out the pits with her eyes shut, dreaming and meditating, and that's what it's based on, the actual sculpture. So how good's that? But when you come up here, you've just got to reflect on it, you know. I might ask this guy whether he mind holding my camera, and we'll get a shot showing you how high it is really. What a blue day for it. But that's the way we came. You can come in loads of ways through the woods, and you get a lot of dog walkers up here as well. Well, I'm going to go down now and show you where all the original shafts were really, and I'm going to ask this guy will he just hold my camera. Hiya mate, couldn't trouble you a minute, could you? You won't mind holding my camera just a minute while I want to show them how high it is when we stood next to it. Cheers,
okay.
mate.
I have to turn it on its side. Yeah.
Cheers mate.
You're welcome.
Dog walkers are always brilliant. They always bump into somebody, and I don't know your name, but thanks very much. I'll get you on the blog.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. I just wanted to do that to highlight how high it is, really. And they're on about lighting that up as well. So I'm going to stop and get a drink in a minute, and put my camera down just for 1 minute. Woo! Oh. Put it down and get it on. There you go. I might get it from the other side actually. Yeah. There you go. Just gives you an idea. There you go. There's a dream for you, for all those that want to walk it. Come and do it. Quite hilly but enjoyable, and I'm going to carry on the trail now and head back. And thanks to that guy again, there's a shot there, and hopefully we can pick up, if my map serves me right, where the pits are, the main shafts were. But nice to see some of the benches around there as well. Woo. Been out just over an hour now, so needed that drink. Woo. Always great coming down. Just feel sorry for these two because they're going up. Right. But yeah, what a lovely day for it, you know. Probably the best day to do it really. Again, I've done this many times on my bike, but again, you still lose your way sometimes because it all looks the same. If you remember my blog Finding Bow Bridge and the railway, that's just up there, which came down the line from Widnes, Runcorn into St Helens, under St Helens to Runcorn Gap. But we're not doing that today, we're heading back now, and do we go that way or do we go this way? I'll just ask this guy Hey mate, is that little pond round there? That little pond, is it round there?
If you carry on going round and just drop down, it's on your left.
Smashing. Save me half an hour there, mate. Enjoy that big hill. He's probably saying fuck off. See, they all look the same. Now I'd have gone left there, but I know when you get to this little pond, the shafts are just on the left. We're quite impressed with Dream on top, isn't it, when you see it? Pity about the bit of graffiti on there now. And they're all about lighting that up as well. It was lit up for a spell, so is this the way we want to go? I'm not so sure. Maybe you didn't know the way, but we'll walk it and see where it brings us out. Yeah, you should get round this corner now and then you'll just hit it, hopefully. It's longer than you think, Dream. It's a longer walk than you envisioned when you get on it, so hopefully you go to the left now and you should be picking up the old shafts on the left hand side. And another bit of history, school entrance. And apparently that was from one of the schools in Sutton, I'm led to believe, when I looked up on it. 1929. I'll take my shadow off it, you'll see it. And originally, that's where it was from. Ooh. Some old columns. I say we took the long way around really because it's so easy just to cut across, but I just wanted to show it you in full really because I'll probably never video this again, so it's just nice to get it on the full walk really. And this brings you back on the main. I'll be able to show you where the line came over on the St Helens Runcorn Gap as well. She's always nice to get on Marks Railway Trails. Like I said, doing some walking around here on your bike going up some of these hills, honestly it's a killer. This is the other way you can hit it from, or you can hit it from a different side. Well, we found a lot what we wanted to find today, and I remember seeing that school plaque. There we go, this should bring us out. That way just takes you back to the M62. There we go. When I asked the guy for the pond, this is what I was on about. bit of a walk today, and took a bit of watering up there, which is good. But how nice is that? Middle of nowhere, and a lot of the reeds, they go all round. Dream. And there's all waterways all round it, which is good. Having a cool down. Oh, right. Oh, ideal. Nice to see you, mate. There you go. Two enjoying the cooling off on a warm day. So nice to see. See you, mate. Yeah, your wife will kill you when you get back. Alright, pal. There you go, like I say, on your mountain bike, great round here. Fantastic. And you don't always have to do it the hard way up all the hills, you can just go around it. Well, how good's that? This should bring us round to the shafts if my maps are right, but like I say, it's a couple of years since I've kind of done that full walk really. I used to do it a lot with Prince, and I did it when I was really unfit and not well after COVID, and you know, I wouldn't have been able to do that 2 years ago, that's for sure. I just hope this can keep it running till we get to the shafts, show you where they are, and then it'll bring us back out hopefully to where we started. Well, can you just see all the water beds all along? And it's a great idea really, because all the water comes down from Dream and it's all in the little gullies down there. So hats off to the Forestry Commission for planting over 50,000 trees. What a project. And then the Dream being built, 1.6 million. That certainly won't be built today. Luckily got the art project on TV to pay for it, because feeling it now. But just along the trees there, that's where the line came in from Widnes on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. Again, linked to the colliery, Sutton Manor colliery, linked to Lee Green colliery, and Clockface colliery. They're all around here, so they're all linked and linked to the railways. And the St Helens to Runcorn Gap, which is no longer here. But yes, we've done that line so many times. Morning all. And these will be getting around a lot quicker than I'll be getting around, that's for certain. Well, I wanted to do it on foot today because I know it gets a bit monotonous and it's harder work, to be honest with you, but I need to get a good walk in today, and I wanted to see a lot more than just whizzing around on your bike. Whew. So I've been out about an hour and 20 minutes now on this walk, and it's quite a good walk, and then I've got a good walk to get home as well. But when I find these shafts, I'm going to stop and have a drink. The hottest day of the year, and you're coming up to like 12 o'clock now, so but you know what, it's the best time to do it. You see more and the wildlife's in its full. What I like doing on Marks Railway Trail is going to do not just walking tunnels and stuff. I like getting the local history, but I like seeing people, and you know, it's what Sunday morning's all about really. Just getting out, stretching your legs, doing something that interests you, and for other people as well, you know, who can see it. And for Peter, there's a guy I know called Peter, You can't get out a lot now, and you keep sending me when you're going to do here, when you're going to do there, but you can't do them all because you've got so many you want to do yourself. So Peter, I know you wanted this one as well, so enjoy Dream. And I know this is what you wanted to see, where the shafts were, because you couldn't find them on the page. So I'm going to take you and show you. And this is where we are now. Woo. I'm going to get a drink here. And here we go. Where you're hitting now, you'll see all the big blocks of concrete. You see them all. This is where all majority of the main shaft office was, along here. And I think there was a plaque on here originally, but you get so many vandals and stuff now. I'm sure it was on this wall somewhere, so go and have a look. But this is where it was, and you can imagine in its heyday how busy this place was, how busy it was, and how many people, like I say, of all the pit disasters went down these shafts and never came back up. So sad. I think the plaque's long gone, but I'm sure it was on one of these walls originally. But like everything else, graffiti artists, which had a bit of character to it now. But the shafts are long gone, you can't get on them. You know, you can't see any, it's all just been concreted over and filled in. But this is where they were, and this would have been the main shaft areas really going down all over Sutton Manor colliery. But have a minute, I'm going to get a drink. Woo. But again, lonely places, aren't they? But I'm pretty certain over there was a plaque. Highlighting, you know, what this was. But as you can see, they all filled it in all at once in squares, really. And if you want to come and find it, that's follow my route. And like I say, you got to be careful around Dreams sometimes. I've done it many times, but you can still lose direction of which way you're going, really. It's so easy. But there you go, the shafts of Sutton Manor colliery. That's so good to see. Yeah, we're still going on the camera, which is brilliant. I'm just glad to get that on, really. So, like I said, it should be alright for memory today, because I've wiped so much off my phone. And I think it's just the same plaque again. Yeah. Oh, a little bit different. And what that plaque is saying, here is our wisdom etched in the earth. We remember and we come to glee. From metal shapes and rusted dreams, from the scrap heap of identity, something new and strong and clean. And again, that's referring to the miners. Sutton Manor colliery. How nice. I like seeing stuff like that. So we're heading back now on the trail, and this should bring us out at where we started. It'll get a bit monotonous along here, but it's just nice to get out, isn't it? And like I say, if you look where the trees run down, that's where the line came in from Widnes to Clockface and on into the town centre. And if you remember on my blog that I told you many times, there used to be a little train that used to come down there backwards and forwards, called the Ditton Flyer, and that was there for years. And like I said, they've made this into a lovely cycle path now. Let's just hope they do the rest that carries on through our town centre into Shaw Street. That'll be a lovely cycle path. The guy there on the mountain bike, but I bet he's warm with them jackets on when it's like this. Whew. And there you go, just behind all them trees. That was the line. It's always a giveaway for railways, a line of trees, because they always had trees and then the embankments going down. I'll keep it running till the end, and a bit of a long one today, but you know, I'm glad I've walked it because I wanted to get it on the blog, with it being so close to where I live, really. Local history, and it is linked to a railway, St Helens to Runcorn Gap, and you know, to Sutton Manor, Lee Green Colliery, Lee Green Station, all linked, wouldn't they, to the railways. Woo. But yeah, about an hour and 30 minutes we're on now, walk. And you know, I had before I got to Brickfield, it's only 15 minutes probably from my house, 10 minutes walk, so it's not too bad. Here comes the flyer. Morning! There he goes. I'll keep it going. And again, this just brings you out at the beginning, and again, you'll see things just linked all to the colliery. If you go left, it just takes you back up to Dream. That's the short way up. If you go left there, that takes you up the short way. Again, more words about the miners, really. And they're all different. If you go round, they're all got different sayings on it. We make our own paths. They disappear into sanity and sunlight. From beneath this world lies another, filled with dreams and scattered memories, the footsteps of our fathers. And that's true, you know, the footsteps of our fathers. And that's where we went. We just came in through the gates. You can actually hit it that way, and that'll just take you up kind of the short way to Dream. But I wanted to the long way today to show it you in full. And there's the trees on the left hand side coming down the line from Widnes on St Helens to Runcorn Gap. But we're going to finish off here. I'm going to go to the front, and this is where most people start Dream. They come in here, and if you go and keep left down this path, just keep left, just keep cycling, that'll take you to the bridge that takes you under the M62. Under the M62 you'll hit a bridge called Bold Bridge, very old bridge, George Stephenson Bridge. It was bombed in World War I with a Zeppelin. It's got loads of shrapnel marks on it as well, because it was bombed a few times, or it tried to be bombed in the Second World War. It always got missed, and that's because they were trying to bomb the railway lines coming from Widnes to taking it this way to Clockface and on to Liverpool. So Bold Bridge, very old, and the guy who actually cleaned a lot of it up, when he did clean it up for the council, and he was going mad when they did because they sandblasted it, they actually found some of the old signatures carved into that, dating way back. So if you get your chance, come and find Bold Bridge, and that just leads on to the Mersey Gateway then. But we're going to finish off here, and I'm going to sit and have 10 minutes, have a drink. But you just don't know what's on your doorstep. We're so lucky where we live, to be honest with you. You got Sherdley Park right behind me. You go left, you got all these up this side. You know, you walk it past town, you get my mum and dad's area. There's so much, honestly, there's, and I want to get a lot of them on the vlog really, and it's going to take years to do it, but I needed to do it. And there you go. And the story of Dream, Heart of the Northwest, and that's the guy who sculptured it. It just gives you a bit of an idea on it. So I'll leave it on a bit, then you can read it. But I'm going to carry on now and just finish the vlog off here really. If you remember, that's where we came in from King George's playing fields. I just flip the camera around this side because people coming in, and just show you. Well, there you go. That's the end of the vlog really. And like I say, what they're showing you there is park run on Sutton Manor. Saturday mornings, 9 o'clock. They come round here, anybody can come. We have a load of volunteers that you can just turn up, and it's all marshalled. And another lady, Jo Shaw, that's always here on a Saturday morning. And if you ever fancy doing it, come down, she's dead helpful. And, I'm going to be walking that way now, I'm not going across the playing fields. And as you can see, people just starting this journey into Dream. So hope you enjoyed it on Mark's Railway Trails. Harry, this one's for you, and laugh when you know walk past your house, watching you eating your eggs and bacon, I presume. But I'm going to head home now. I'm going to get a nice drink of water, have 10 minutes here, and head home on a nice Sunday afternoon now, and it's absolutely scorching. Charlie, I hope you enjoyed it. Another piece of our history for you. And if you ever get a chance, you're up this way, you know, you'll have to come and have a look. Anyway, for Mark's Railway Trails, see you on the next one. I don't know where we're going, but we've got quite a few on the hit list. And Harry, look after yourself.